Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to my live today, which is about breaking common roadblocks of every new writer. So, if you are someone who have been wanting to write a book, or you have been wanting to become a published author, however, there are certain roadblocks that you have in your mind, then you must watch this video till the end. You must watch this live till the end, because in this video, by the end of this video, you shall be able to break the common roadblocks of every new writer. Right? So if you're watching my video or my channel for the first time, my name is Jatin Gupta. I am popularly known as Inspiring Jatin. I am a life coach, healer, TEDx speaker, 4 times international best-selling author of 4 books. I'm India's first non-fiction book writing coach, a Guinness World Record winning participant, and a motivational speaker. So if you're watching me for the first time, do subscribe to my channel and also press the bell icon, because I come up with a lot of videos to help you transform your life, and also about book writing and book publishing. So do press the bell icon, so whenever I go live or whenever I upload my next video, you will get notification about it. So let's start with the session today. It is about the 5 common roadblocks of every new writer. So if you are ready to break the common roadblocks of every new writer, just say yes in the chat box. The chat box is on. Please go ahead and press and type yes in the chat box. In the meanwhile, I'll get my slide ready. All right, my slide is already about common roadblocks. Are you excited? Are you excited to learn about the common roadblocks of every new writer and break your roadblock so that you can also write your book? And let's say if you're watching me and you are not somebody who thought of writing a book, let me tell you, it is absolutely possible to write a book even if you never thought of writing one. Stay connected till the end. By the end of this video, you will be able to break a lot of common roadblock of yours. So let's start with the first roadblock of a lot of new writers. Let's begin with that. Number 1, there are too many books on my topic. A lot of writers, when they think of writing a book, especially non-fiction writers, non-fiction books are, your biographies, your autobiography, your self-help books, or books that give you information. They all are categorized as non-fiction books, which is not a work of imagination. It's pure information and reality. So generally, when non-fiction writers write their books, they have this common roadblock that there are too many books on my topic. How do I even write on that? Let's look at this example. I'm very sure that you have heard about this book called The Secret. You must have heard about it, you must have read it, or you might have even watched a documentary on it. What is the topic of this book? The topic of this book is Law of Attraction. I'm sure you all know that. Now, was this book the first book on Law of Attraction? No. Was this the last book on Law of Attraction? No. There were millions of books before Rhonda Byrne wrote this book, and there are millions of books after Rhonda Byrne wrote this book. So when this did not stop Rhonda Byrne to write a book on Law of Attraction, why would you stop yourself? Right? I'm sure you've heard of this. Where there is demand, there is supply. You should be worried if you're writing a book on a topic where there are no books or less books. And you should be happy if you're writing on a topic that has many books. Why? Because where there is demand, there is supply. You already have a ready market available to read your book. So this is the first roadblock I wanted to break for all of you. That if this did not stop Rhonda Byrne to create history with her book, why would you stop yourself? Right? Let's look at the next one. I have a fear of rejection. I'm very sure a lot of you have this fear of rejection. And how do we overcome that? Let's look at this man in black. Man on your left is Chetan Bhagat. I'm sure people who are from India, they already know who Chetan Bhagat is. He's a very popular author. He's a best-selling author, right? And on your right is Amish Tripathi, another popular author of fiction series, which became a very, very big hit, which is Immortals of Melua and all the following books under this series. Now, there are certain common traits of these two popular best-selling authors. Let me share that with you. On your left, Mr. Chetan Bhagat. His first book was rejected by many publishing houses, many publishing houses. And the man on your right is Amish Tripathi. His first book, which created a history, which is The Immortals of Melua, that book was rejected by more than 20 publishing houses. More than 20 publishing houses. Eventually, they both opted for self-publishing. They opted for self-publishing and broke the stereotype of publishing through a traditional publisher. That's one of the big common characteristics or traits in these two. Another one that made them what they are today, who they are today. Any guesses? No points for guessing. They did not reject their own script. That is extremely important. They did not reject their own script. So you should not reject your own script. Make a promise to yourself right now. Go to the chat box, go to the comment box and type, I promise that you will not reject your script. See guys, always remember, you'll always have people who will like your book. You'll always have people, no matter how good you've written, they will not like your book. And there'll always be people who will be very neutral towards your book. Yeah, it's okay. It's a one-time read. So you always have such people in life, right? So you should not focus on the rejection. You should not reject your book script. That is extremely important. All right, let's move to the next one. I am not an expert to write a book. A lot of writers have this myth and this roadblock that I need to be an expert to write a book. I will just break this roadblock for all of you. See the book on your left, Think and Grow Rich. I'm very sure people are watching. You must have read this book. If you have not, you must read this book. It's a beautiful book. Now, people who've read this book will agree that the author, Napoleon Hill, was actually broke. He was hardly able to make any money. And still he wrote the book on how to think and grow rich. Let's look at the example on your right. These are the books by Amish Tripathi, the man we saw in white in the last slide. These are all his fiction books, Immortals of Melua, Nagas, Sita, Ram, Ravan, etc. These are all books on Hindu mythology, right? Now, do you know that Amish Tripathi is a banker by profession? He's from a finance background. However, he wrote a book on Hindu mythology. Did he have to become a dharma guru to write a book on Hindu mythology? Did he have to become a priest or a pandit to write a book on Hindu mythology? No, he didn't have to. Being a banker, he was able to write a book on Hindu mythology. So here, I broke the roadblock of that you need to be an expert to write a book. On your left, the author was broke and wrote a book on how to think and grow rich. On your right, author is a banker by profession from the background, still wrote the book on Hindu mythology. So you don't have to be an expert to write a book. There are many examples. These two are my favorite because these books are generally read by a lot of people. So it's easy to relate, right? Awesome. I need time to write my Mona Lisa book. Okay, I'm sorry. I mean to say, I need time to write my masterpiece. Now, this is one of the biggest roadblocks for a lot of people. I need time to write a masterpiece. If I'm writing a book, it has to be perfect. It has to be perfect. Okay, let me ask something from all of you. How many of you are Sandoku readers? How many of you are Sandoku readers? If you don't know the meaning of Sandoku, just look at this picture and try and figure out what does Sandoku mean? What does Sandoku mean? Come on, write in the chat box. I want you to write in the chat box or in the comment section if you are a Sandoku reader. What is Sandoku? Let me share that with you. Sandoku means the art of, by the way, let me declare I'm a Sandoku reader, okay? The art of buying books and never reading them or completing them. Now tell me how many of you are Sandoku readers? How many of you passionately visit a bookstore, end up buying a lot of books, come back and keep them in your library or your bookshelf and never read them, probably never complete them? Okay, there is a research that stated that 70% of readers will never read your book word by word, line by line, paragraph by paragraph, and page by page. If we have to believe this research, then who are we writing that masterpiece for? When 70% of them will not even read exactly what you have written. There is another angle to it. I strongly believe, practice and preach that every book that you write or every content that you write will always be a masterpiece. Do you want to know how? Okay, let me share that with you. The reason I say, and you can vouch me for that, the reason I say that nobody can copy, the reason I say your every book or every content you write is a masterpiece, because nobody can copy your this and this. What does that mean? Nobody can copy your thought process and writing style. Hence, every book that you write will always be a masterpiece. Always. Nobody can copy your thought process and writing style. So enough of thinking and taking time to write a masterpiece. Bring that masterpiece into reality. Go to the chat box or comment section. I want to quickly see how many of you, for how many years, have been wanting to write this book. How many of you have been wanting to write a book? Go to the chat box or comment section and write that. Come on, come on. Go to the chat box and do mention for how many years you have been wanting to write a book and publish a book. All right, awesome. Let's move ahead. So it's time to bring your book in reality. Okay, awesome. So next one is, my English is not good. A lot of people have this roadblock. My English is not good. How do we solve this? Okay, a lot of Indian viewers of my video right now, they might be very proficient in other languages than English. It could be Hindi, Tamil, Gujarati, Marathi, whatever your native language could be. And if people watching me abroad, you might have another language, maybe French or maybe any other language, right? You can definitely write and publish the book in the language you want to. However, if you want to be international authors, global authors, then for that, you must have a book in English. So how do we solve this? So if your command over another language is better than English and you prefer to write your book in that language, you can absolutely do that. However, my strong recommendation is that you must hire a professional translator who can translate your book from your language to English, and you can go global. Because if you want to become a global author, you need to have a book in English, right? Because English is a globally accepted language. All right. So that is my first solution to people who are wanting to write a book in other language than English. Second category, where we all want to write, of course, we feel our English is good, but we of course have to do editing before publishing a book. Even if English is good, you need to ensure that there are no grammatical errors, the sentences are correct, punctuations are correct, etc. Right? So here I'm going to share the secret that I used for my last 3 books to edit my last 3 books without paying a penny to any editor. By the way, people who are watching in India, just to let you know, the current rate or current pricing of a good editor is somewhere between 4 to 8 rupees per word. So imagine if you end up writing a book in 10,000 words, you will end up spending between 40 to 80,000 just in editing, right? I'm sure you don't want to shell that much of money. So guys, I'm about to share the secret of editing my last 3 books without paying a penny to any editor. And the secret is this tool that I personally use and strongly recommend, which is Grammarly. I used Grammarly to edit my second book. I love the output. I love the results I got. They were very minor errors, of course. And then I loved it. Then I used it for my third book and my fourth book. And I, of course, plan to use it for all my future books. In fact, I also host a 3-day live workshop every week for authors where I help them to write, edit, and publish their books for free. In fact, to my students, to my participants, I recommend them to use Grammarly for any editing purpose for their books. Right? So that's all for today. These were the 5 common roadblocks of every new writer. These have been put together based on my personal experience, based on my students who join me in the workshop every week. And they have these common roadblocks. If you also wish to write, edit, and self-publish your book for free and would like to become a self-published author, then you can a self-published author and a best-selling author, you can register for my 3 days live masterclass workshop, which I conduct on every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The link will be in the comment section below. You can check the link. You can register for my author workshop, join me live, and I will help you to write your book in just 10 days and also become a published author, best-selling author without paying a penny to any publishing house. Yes, I have trained and coached over 2,000 professionals, entrepreneurs, trainers, and coaches to write their book in just 10 days. Right? So I hope you like this video. I hope you love the content I'm sharing in this video. If you did, please just press the like button. Share this video if you have any friend, family, or acquaintance who's wanting to write a book, however, has certain roadblocks. Right? Do subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon so whenever I upload a video or I go live, you get to know about that. Thank you for watching me till now. Glad to have all of you and looking forward to see all of you in my author mastery workshop. Until I see you next, take care and bye-bye.